Chicago, the third biggest city in the United States, known for its excellent food, museums, architecture, rich history, and more. This place we call home may seem perfect, but like everything else in this world, it's not. Our group highlighted 3 key areas that are vital to the overall environmental health of the city of Chicago. The first issue our group chose to highlight was transportation. Chicago is facing a majority of its transportation issues with cars. Cars not only cause immense traffic, but are a large factor in carbon dioxide emissions. In fact, Chicago received an F grade for its air quality, due in part by, you guessed it, vehicles. And it's no shock. Roughly 60 to 70% of Chicago residents own cars. So what can be done? Surely there must be solutions. Thankfully, there are. First, on a much smaller scale, we have biking. Although the idea may seem old-fashioned, biking is an excellent way to navigate the city. But why go purchase an expensive bike and worry about where to leave it? Fortunately for Chicago residents, those issues are non-existent. There are actually bikes in Chicago that you may take and leave anywhere at your leisure. The company behind this is Divvy. Recently, Divvy has received $50 million in expansion for not only bikes but bike stations as well. The bikes are relatively cheap to build and maintain. Furthermore, with the bikes having no carbon dioxide emissions, it makes for both a sustainable and urban ecology-friendly solution.
Secondly, on a much broader scale, we have a fleet of both electric and hybrid buses. This would surely be both a time-consuming and expensive investment, but the payoff could be even greater. For example, London introduced environmentally friendly buses to the city. This has not only loosened up traffic, but reduced buses' emissions by up to 95%. Furthermore, if Chicago utilized green buses, then it would likely equate to fewer cars on the road, which would in return mean lower overall CO2 emissions. This solution is equally sustainable, however, it would require slightly more effort to maintain these buses. Lastly, this could only be a benefit to urban ecology because of its reduced emissions to the environment around us. Overall, in order for transportation systems to improve the environment, the city must turn to low-emission modes of transportation.
Our second topic is sustainable farming. Many people are unaware of what that means today in society, which is very bad for our planet. Sustainable farming is farming in sustainable ways based on an understanding of ecosystem services, the study of relationships between organisms and their environment. The best way to help really create a sustainable planet is not only to sustainably farm, but to teach people to do the same. For example, Will Allen is a former NBA player who, after retirement from the league, decided to make a change and run an organization with vertical growing systems that create a wasteless food system. His nonprofit network of urban farms produce more than 1 million pounds of food a year on just 300 acres. Thanks to innovative growing techniques and a firm commitment to his passion, he created little to no waste by utilizing the waste and using it to produce the next round of crops. Throughout his waste-free nonprofit organization, he also went out of his way to teach people his ways of sustainable and waste-free farming. So when he retired, people learned from him and were able to continue farming the way he did, to help make a cleaner, safer, and waste-free environment. Secondly, Stephanie Katsaros and Christina Schleich share the need to live zero waste with producing little to no trash. They are able to reuse, repair, or use responsible recycling. What they are doing is that they are teaching many people how to live zero waste free. The work these women do working as sustainability consultants and sustainability teachers is terrific and creates an opportunity to show people how to change their lives for the better of the planet, which further proves the point that the best way to help really create a sustainable planet is not only to sustainably farm, but to also teach people how to do the same. Will Allen, Stephanie Kastaros, and Christina Schleich are 3 people who changed the planet for the better through ways of education.
Our third and final area of improvement is creating green cities, which is not an overnight project and is not an easy fix. There are many factors that go into remodeling a city to lessen its impact on the environment. By reducing waste, expanding recycling, lowering emissions, and changing transit systems to become more eco-friendly. Primarily, vertical farming is on the rise, and although it may be expensive, it is the future of farming and growing food effectively. According to the article, vertical farming may not feed the world, but could empower cities. Cities could become sustainable and maintain a small footprint on the environment. One of the largest, AeroFarms in Newark, New Jersey, appears to have created a sustainable economic model. Following this plan of action will help prevent intolerable overcrowding with overwhelmed sanitation systems, housing, water, and of course food. Additionally, Chicago is taking steps in the right direction in becoming a green city that so many communities are intrigued by. From the article, Chicago just became the largest USA city to commit to 100% clean energy. There are plans to invest a lot of time and money to help account for a future with renewable energy. One of the main tenets on the resolution is that Chicago will power all of its buildings with renewable energy by 2035. By improving the overall system of how people commute to their job and places throughout the city, will help limit or speed up the clutter Chicago faces today.
Truthfully, all these solutions work on paper. However, it's up to the people of Chicago to buy in and change the future for the well-being of the city.